What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Melly Man. Back with another reaction. You feel me? I'm back with another vid, man. We got the Opium aesthetic explained. We finna hop into this, man. Wasting no time. We gotta see what Opium is about. You feel me? How the whole aesthetic is explained. You feel me? From Cardi to Can to Destroy Lonely. Let's do it.
The Opium aesthetic has become one of the most popular aesthetics over the past 3 years, with popular streamers, NBA players, and other rappers incorporating it into their styles in one way or another. Founded by Playboy Cardi and Opium Baby, the aesthetic has taken over social media through their music, tours, and merch. Because of Opium's high fashion style, people have been enticed to replicate it. But how did Opium get to this point? And
like,
why exactly
y'all don't understand. This really is the best label ever. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, Opium is like the best label right now. You feel me? Besides Cactus Jack. Cactus Jack, in my opinion, is second. But Opium is really like, we haven't seen nothing like it, bro. To be honest, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys.
So popular. To really understand the story, we have to go all the way back to 2019. Many fans often pinpoint the exact date of the Opium label starting to the November 2 post, when Cardi said Opium Heart. And if you notice Cardi's outfit, it's draped in all black chrome hearts. This was the precursor of the direction of what the label was gonna be. High fashion,
aura, bro.
All black, everything.
Look at Cardi, bro. Cardi aura is just crazy.
Cardi an emo or goth vampire. People often call Cardi and Opium goth because of their cultish imagery and dark elements. It also helps that they often incorporated gothic sense of fashion into their styles. But there's so much more to goth culture that many fans don't know about.
These are literal modern day rock stars, bro. You feel me? Literally modern day rock stars.
There's many variations of goth with gothic literature, architecture, but most importantly, gothic music. The subculture originated in the 80s post-punk scene, with bands like Sushi and the Banshees, Joy Division, and Bauhaus being the main figures spearheading the development of the subculture.
This is where they get a lot of their inspiration from.
In 1989 in Dublin, Ireland.
Call yourselves gothic. You consider yourself a goth?
No, I suppose other people would, but I don't. Like, we just go for the more kind of vampire side of things.
But a video from Mommy Hades would state that just because you wore goth clothing, that didn't mean you were goth. Being goth means you were a fan of both goth music and goth culture. And that's what separates Opium from goth. But the elements of darkness, not caring what other people think of what you wear, is the most relatable aspect that goth has with the Opium aesthetic. Gothic architecture is also very prevalent in Opium's imagery.
Castles and
stuff. The most notable one being the Duomo Cathedral, which fans love to call
that looks so fire. I actually want to go to something like that one day. Like, go to like a little castle or whatever, bro. That looks hard, bro. Take a picture, take a flick. You know what I'm saying? Let me join Opium. What's up?
Fans often take pictures in front of gothic churches and buildings with all black outfits. And it's present in Opium's lyrics.
I'm the motherfucking dark lord, but no, I'm not gothic. Rico is drip like I'm gothic. Damn, I just hit a gothic.
Brands that also have
damn, I just hit a gothic. Rick Owens, I gotta go find that song, bro. I gotta go find that song. Oh my god, Lord, bro. I gotta go find that song. That boy said, he said, dressing Rick on, gothic. Damn, I just hit a gothic. He's insane.
Have incorporated gothic elements into their runway shows. But as Opium Baby describes,
this is a hot topic type of evil. Eastern European.
Mainly because of the vampire persona introduced in A Whole Lotta Red. Vampires became popular because of the Count Dracula, inspired by the Romanian voivode, Vlad the Impaler. Growing up, you might recognize vampires as evil, those who suck on the living essence of humans. And Cardi loved that, and went with that direction in the entirety of A Whole Lotta Red's rollouts, creating songs like King Vamp and Vamp Anthem. One of Cardi's most well-known nicknames is King Vamp, which was even the name for his tour in 2021 and 2022. In those shows, Cardi had a variety of acts alongside him. But who are these people exactly?
It's hanging up.
The first show that Cardi ever performed after the formation of the Opium label was in
that Lollapalooza was like his greatest performance ever, I swear.
Wait for A Whole Lotta Red.
I actually watched that entire thing.
People didn't really like it. I remember having to defend A Whole Lotta Red from hour 1 to hour 24. But there was something that fans love to say, and that Whole Lotta Red would be perfect if it was played live. If you notice these two people in the back and you're an Opium fan,
I can't
you probably know who they are. But if you don't, let me educate you.
That's
That man
Burberry
with the spiked
Airy.
hair is Burberry Airy.
Yes, sir.
Airy's one of the most important figures
Airy
in
be
the Opium
tweaking.
label.
I'm like signed to Opium as a creative consultant, stylist, and a model.
And you might know him as the
Word.
person Cardi was with in the Donda Experience. When you first see Airy, he might seem indifferent, dark, and demonic even.
Yeah.
Mainly because of his fashion, aesthetic, and clothing choices.
Yeah.
But he's so much more than what people think of him. I'd go as far as saying that he's one of the most down-to-earth Opium members.
Literally.
Little did I know that every single decision and just everything I did was worth it.
Airy is Opium's official skater who used to have clothes and shoes given to him by Virgil, and he'd constantly destroy
okay.
them because he was skating. But it was skating that got him to where he is today, because he was himself.
Right.
Airy actually predicted
Facts.
meeting Cardi.
One day, I literally was like, I don't know why, but I feel like Cardi's gonna message me. He messaged me the next day, and he just said hi.
Cardi brought Airy with him in the cyber
Bro,
world
Cardi's
show,
so
being
awkward,
the
bro.
first time
How does he,
Airy
bro?
ever
How
met
does Cardi pull the hoes, bro? I wonder how he really be sliding in DMs, or do the hoes slide in the DMs for him? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna, like, bro, hi. Like, that just sounds like something he would say, like, just
And
randomly,
the rest
hey.
was history.
Like, bro, what?
They've curated a style that we know and love Opium for today, filled with a mix of high fashion and streetwear. The other person that was in the Cyberworld show was Mitch Modes. Mitch actually first met Cardi in the show too.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, bro, when's the show? He's like, it's tomorrow. I can catch a flight.
Yeah,
out
that
there.
tattoo on the
Did
bald head is
show,
crazy.
become my
But it
brother
fits
since
him.
then,
That's kind of
for real.
weird.
He was just raised on the importance of family. He knows how to take care of his family. He knows how to lead his family.
And as the person next to Mitch says,
Damn.
Bigger than the O, man.
Nah, bro.
that man is Phoenix Guerrero, or Joy Division.
I just
Joy
trust his
Division.
vision, and I think he trusts my vision. And that's what it all comes down to, really.
Joy has done a lot for Opium. From filming to styling, it knows no bounds.
That's
if you remember
no
A
lie.
Lot of Red,
Oh my.
there were a lot of
Oh
snippets that was
my.
previewed.
Bro,
by
I
Joy.
love this video right
The
here.
most notable one being
Looks good.
Red, green. What? Better.
The story of how he met Cardi is actually funny, as he DM'd him saying he was better than Lil Uzi, starting a relationship that saw
That's
him
crazy.
in the rollout of 2 of his biggest projects.
Oh, these dudes
But
get
he
lucky.
actually-
All he said was he's better than Uzi, bro, and Cardi instantly signed him, bro. I'm about to do that, bro. You finna sign me tonight, you know what I'm saying? I need to be signed. I'm trying to make it out the hood, you feel me?
he
Come
doesn't
on,
have an
man.
official role within the Opium label.
I don't have like a job title to begin with. So even if I was signed, what would I be signed for? You know what I'm saying?
But before you get the idea that Joy isn't Opium, look at his chain and look at his tattoos. Opium would not exist without Joy, as most of the people in Opium were in contact with Phoenix before they were even in contact with Cardi. Most importantly, he filmed a Dear O video for Cardi, documenting the memories that Cardi's son Onyx will look back on in the future.
Wow.
You might be wondering though, who actually founded the label? Sure, Cardi did, but there was another guy that he founded it with, often curating the songs,
Opium,
music videos,
baby.
and dates for when Opium's projects were coming out.
Brain in need of a boost? You need Sneak. Sneak is the awesome tasting, focus boosting energy drink.
Opium Baby,
Like
or
what?
Jalen Tucker, has known Cardi for a long time. Ever since Cardi was
Jalen
kicking it with
Tucker?
Ian Connor. Now, one of the biggest things that Jay has done for Cardi was scouting talent. And if you had to guess who that talent was, it's one of
Destroy
Opium's
Lonely.
most popular and darkest artists, Destroy Lonely.
Yes, sir.
Right after Red dropped, I met bro.
And, like, I know when he gets into an actual studio, it's so.
Jay does a bunch of creative work for Opium too.
Dude, but they
Directing
swag
MV
is really
babies.
unmatched.
And
That's what's
the other
crazy.
person
Like,
in that video
my
is what
goodness.
fans consider the first Opium member ever.
Ken Carson.
He's probably the most popular Opium member if you're not counting Cardi. Lil Vamp, X-Man.
I'm Ken Carson.
The story of how Ken met Cardi goes
Bruh,
all
these
the way
dudes,
back
bruh.
to 2016. Ken was already deep in contact
Ken
with
Carson
Joy
concert
Mafia.
coming up soon,
They
man.
had
I'm
Cardi
finna
in their
vlog that,
studio
y'all.
sessions, prompting Ken to meet Cardi there. But they met again officially in Los Angeles when Cardi did a show and Ken got kicked out of that show because
I had got kicked out of this show because I had got the fight.
prompting them
Dang.
to start a relationship that would change the culture of the 2020s. Ken had a post all the way back in 2019 saying that a whole lot of Red had to come out first instead of his mixtape, Boy Barbie. But the Opium label wasn't officially formed yet. And if you were around during this time, there was one guy in the
Lancey
UK
Foe.
who had a similar vibe to Cardi. He even has songs with Ken, Lancey Foe, who
Yeah.
fans thought was gonna be the next Opium member
I low-key thought he was. When I first seen him,
think anyone's
I was
against
like,
it.
bro, is he part of Opium? Vivian
Unfortunately,
Westwood.
though, Lancey never signed to Opium, though he'd collaborate with Opium's producers and hang out with different Opium members. There's a video of him and Cardi together and an unreleased track called Opie Psy. Though
Word.
all of this wouldn't be possible without the guys behind the music, Opium's producers. The most
Filthy.
well-known producer that fans know Opium for is someone you know
Wake
very
up,
well.
Filthy.
Filthy's a part of a collective called Working on Dying,
Ooh, snap,
alongside
that's getting
different
chills.
acts like Benny X and
Oh,
Uki.
snap.
You might know Filthy for his work on what my opinion is the best album of all time, Whole Lotta Red.
Say that again. No cap.
Producing songs like Rockstar Made, New Tank, and Stop. Opium wouldn't be where it is today without Filthy, and his beats alone changes the way that you feel. Filthy has worked with all official Opium artists, with the most popular non-Whole Lotta Red track being Freestyle 2. Freestyle 2 is one of Ken's most popular songs, but Filthy isn't Ken's main producer.
That video is tough.
Ken's main producers are from Holland, who some fans would call
Starboy?
the Dutch duo, encompassed by Out of Town and Starboy.
Yes,
the
sir.
Dutch duo is known for making out-of-this-world beats, producing classics like Fighting My Demons, Me My Cup, and Hardcore. But the first time we've ever heard them on an Opium song was on Yale, and the beats just sounded new and unique. Fans often
see
called it
Yale,
hyper
upstairs.
trap. They even produced a few songs on Whole Lotta Red and have songs with Destroy Lonely. The Dutch duo are going to produce a variety of songs for more chaos.
Yes,
But if
sir.
you thought all they were doing was produce, Starboy actually has music, and it sounds insane. But the
Hey,
producer story
hey,
wouldn't
hey.
be complete without Lone's most
Don't ever make, hey, stick to making beats, you know what I'm saying? Please.
frequent producer, curating the sound that Lone's most known for
Let
today.
me stop playing.
Oh, okay, but see, y'all making
Oh
beats
my
together.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
The most undefeated duo, I don't care what nobody say. Nobody is topping Clayco and Lonely, bro. On everything, nobody's topping them, bro. That's all I gotta say. Simple. You feel me?
Reason, like, not the reason, because Clayco is the
Clayco
fucking,
cooked that
the
motherfucker.
mastermind.
Clayco's produced most of Lone's biggest songs. If Looks to Kill, Hold My Hand, and Safety are
Yep.
all songs produced by Clayco. His beats
Clayco.
are ethereal and just makes you feel like you want to float.
Man.
Clayco's meant to produce most of his songs for Lone's
Clayco
next
beats be
project.
having me like.
Love lasts forever. Lone wouldn't be where he is today without Clayco.
Facts.
And most of Opium wouldn't be where they are without their producers. Another group that's known for having really good beats mixed with electric guitar and bass instrumentals is a group that you might have thought I'd forgotten. The final members of Opium. If you didn't know, Bino actually used to be Ken Carson's former manager. Bino was also present in the Whole Lotta Red release party.
Yeah.
The way Homicide Gang met Cardi was through Problem Child.
He was friends with Problem Child. He's a rapper. And he knows
For the problem, child.
for shit. I'm at the studio. Came in like that.
Bino, that's my boy.
Cardi and Bino were in the studio every day, and when Bino sent Cardi their song SSN,
You know that.
Cardi loved it, signing them immediately, going as far as saying they were superstars. But there's a bunch of differences between all the Opium members.
Put him in the cup. What?
If you
I'll
look
tell
at the
about that
style
later.
choices that Ken,
She thought
Lone,
of that
Cardi,
last
and Homicide have, they're all pretty similar, rocking just about the same brands.
Black.
But if you look
Balenciaga.
closer, they all
Red.
have an affinity
That's all they
for
rock.
different pieces. We'll start by looking at Ken Carson. A Great Chaos was the most popular Opium project to come out last year, and fans would argue,
Beautiful
if you're not
album,
including
bro.
Whole Lotta Red, it's the most popular Opium project ever.
Facts.
And a defining feature of that
Beautiful
project
album.
was the Rick Owens gimp sets. Now, this isn't new to Opium, as Lone first previewed it on the song Vetmont Coat, and they used to wear it a lot. But Ken took it to a different level, putting the gimp holes on just about anything, from his ex-girlfriend's face to Ed, and Eddie.
He
And
put on
even
his ex-girl's
transforming that
face? That's
into
crazy.
text,
I didn't even know that
which
was his
fans
ex-girl.
love to copy. And the video that kickstarted all of this was Freestyle 2, which
Yeah.
Lone calls
Shit. I love my boy Freestyle too.
dictating the aesthetic that Ken's gonna take for the rollout of his magnum opus. You might also notice that the video looks grainy and old, and that's for a reason.
Yeah.
Ken's recent music videos and rollout pictures on his A Great Chaos account show a setting that fans often call controversial.
And weird.
Because
Not
it
gonna
had
lie.
2000s websites
Gory and stuff.
that will get this video demonetized, posting a bunch of horror-filled content,
Mm-hmm.
which was met with both good and bad reactions. The bad reactions had people not liking the style.
That Rick
calling it
Owens
weird
jacket is so
and
tough though,
disgusting.
bro.
Others really liked it and posted edits in the 2000s like style. The hardest one in my opinion was on the song Hardcore.
Hardcore. Oh my god.
A Great Chaos Deluxe. Fans constantly looking for Kent's Opium twin.
I'm over here
Destroy Lonely on the
tweaking.
project. There have been rumors linked to More Chaos being a separate project from the Deluxe, with fans expecting songs
can't wait
like
for this,
Double O
bro.
Dark Side.
This is gonna
with
be a great
Destroy Lonely.
experience, bro.
And speaking of Lone has a more fashion-forward and runway-esque energy to his music. His two biggest albums and songs are literally called No Stylist and If Looks Could Kill.
Yeah.
Which talk about Lone's lifestyle.
My whole life, I want to fly across the globe, Europe, whatever, to do fashion shows and perform or whatever the fuck. And I'm doing that shit right now. I think that's some of the real shit I've said.
What you might not know is Lone's actually a model. He's modeled for 1017 Elite's 9SM show in Milan and had a few shoots with the brand Brotherly Love. Most importantly, Lone has a line in 2020 that has defined the Opium aesthetic.
Yeah, all black fit, that's the perfect time. The Rick Owens fit while I'm swerving these tight like
Oh, why
That
do
song
they
is
say that? Are they
legendary.
mad at me? Do they not like me anymore?
Miley
I'm
Cyrus,
scared to
man.
ask for reassurance.
But Lone's music isn't all about fashion.
It's
It's
not.
about money and emotions.
Yeah.
it's just real. So I feel like
I ain't gonna lie.
everybody
That's
needs
what
somebody
kind
to
of
say
gravitated me towards Lone's music, because of he talks, money, like money and emotions. Like he trying to get money, but then he also, got hoes. You know what I'm saying? He got hoes and he got love for these hoes, and how sometimes they can mess up the motion. You know what I'm saying? But despite that, he keeps going. You know what I'm saying? I love it.
That's real in the music they listening to.
Lone has songs like Hold My Hand, Suicide Mission, and Safety.
Yeah.
These are all songs that you can listen to when you're just alone and thinking.
Yeah,
Salute
no
everyone
cap.
who made
That's
the sad music, because it's like you walked up to the mic and you just like poured your heart out. Like,
right.
There's also the film aspect in Lone's videos and imagery. For the rollout for If Looks Could Kill,
I mean,
Lone had a short film called
see.
Look Killer, which
That
Simon
sounds
both
so hard.
act and executively produced most of the aspects behind the film. Lone's music videos also have that movie-like feel to them, often following a little plot. The How You
Facts.
Feel music video is a perfect description for this.
Yeah.
All black fits, models, a gothic house, and good music. Lone also loves to explore
She's so
different genres
fine,
for his
bro.
songs, diving into alternative rock and grunge. There's a song called Missing that follows an instrumental reminiscent of goth music that actually samples Christine by Sushi and the Banshees.
Huh. Oh yeah.
But if you thought music and fashion was it, Lone's also known for having a lot of East Asian imagery in his
Yeah.
posts and accounts.
Yep.
Some of Lone's
I
profile
love that
pictures and
aesthetic.
uploads have
I
East A-
love that aesthetic by Lone, bro. With the East Asian females, because Asian girls are just, oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? They're just, oh my gosh. Just beautiful, beautiful women, bro. You know what I'm saying? Ah.
Asian girls in them, with fans even calling them Destroy Lonely Women. Don't do
Talking
that.
about Destroy Lonely
Though
Women, that's
Lone and
crazy.
Ken wouldn't be in the position they're in today without this one person that made everything possible.
Caught it.
Oh, I'm about to glaze right now type shit.
King Van.
Facts.
Cardi's aesthetic in 2019 was what kickstarted
Dude, I don't
everything
care
for
nobody.
Opium.
Dude, no. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody can compare it to nobody, no artist compares to Cardi, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't care if it's Drake, Kendrick, Jake. I don't care. Nobody's comparing to dude, bro. Cardi is just, my nigga, you can't explain this nigga, bro. That's how rare he is, bro. You can't explain him, bro. How did you gain that much aura, bro? Teach me. You feel me?
When Cardi switched up to wearing full Rick Owens, Cardi wasn't the first person to wear Ricks, but he was
ASAP,
the
yeah.
one to put it on the map on an insane level, getting a whole new generation to wear Ramones. As the years started passing, Cardi wasn't just stuck on Rick Owens. Though he was already wearing Balenciaga before, he started wearing the crazy pieces that Demna would make in 2021 and 2022, which got the Opium team and fans to follow suit. One of the most popular pieces was Cardi's Balenciaga Sporty B Shrunk t-shirt,
Yeah.
which he often wore during 2022. Cardi's one of the main reasons why the Opium team follows a certain dress code. Fans would even comment when someone on the team wears something different than black.
Talking about Bino almost got kicked
Cardi
out for
would
violating
violate it
dress
too,
code.
opting for an entirely new style in 2023, featuring an all-white aesthetic, introducing a whole new
Hood by
brand to
Air.
Opium. Hood by Air.
Yes,
where
sir.
Cardi started getting back into a lot more streetwear styles.
Yeah,
introducing
dude.
a
Oh
whole
my
new
gosh.
aspect to
This
Opium.
era, his dressing
Cardi's
is
known for making
crazy.
things popular.
Not gonna lie.
Heat by Air experienced a revival when Cardi started wearing it. Rick got a lot more popular, and people who never wore Balenci's are draped head to toe in them today.
Literally.
And this is all done because of Whole Lotta Red, getting everyone who listened to it to go.
But you see what I'm
absolutely
saying? He's
insane.
a pioneer, like
When
a
the
real.
album dropped, we were in the 2020 situation,
A real
not being able
genius,
to
bro.
watch any of our favorite artists. But when everything opened up, the world was introduced to the O.
Yep.
This happened in Lollapalooza. Something funny about the show is that Miley Cyrus had a set right after this.
Right.
So Miley fans had to experience what it felt like.
Little
to be in a
females
Cardi
crying and
concert,
shit, like,
which
bro.
leads us to the next part of the video. Opium shows.
You scared? You should have stayed up. The greatest shows, dude. They put on a show every time. Opium have the greatest sets ever, bro. I don't care what nobody say. They have the greatest sets ever, bro. I be watching these live, bro. I want to cry because I be feeling like I'm there. I be in my room going crazy. It feels like I'm there, bro.
Shows have been defined with the performances of King Vamp. This all culminated into a main tour in 2021 called the Narcissist Tour.
Yeah.
The most notable performances that Cardi had were on the songs Rockstar Made and Stop Breathing.
Wait, that was a tour? I thought it was a whole lot of red tour. Huh.
That instrumental in the background, that's an electric guitar
OG.
played by OG of OG Volta.
OG,
An Opium
OG.
show wouldn't be complete without OG.
The
bringing
most
that
goldest
rockstar
guitarist
energy.
ever.
And the crowds prove that. OG has made Cardi look like a modern day rock star,
Uh-huh.
bringing a different level of insanity
Uh-huh.
to Cardi's hype-filled shows. And as
Uh-huh.
Burberry Airy describes it,
The show is like you're entering hell. That's how I like to see it. Like he literally, you're entering hell when you're fucking there, bro. Like
Cardi's theme for the Narcissist Tour was an upside-down cross, flames,
No
and
Sersky,
an
you know what I'm
undefeated
saying?
energy to match it.
That's kind of scary.
People often call Cardi the best performer alive because of it, and in my opinion, he is.
Fact.
These shows also had Ken and Lone open up for him, giving the world a taste of what their performances might be in the future. There was actually a moment when Lone performed, and Ken was alongside him to support him. This would be a recurring
when Ken had
theme
the
in
purple
future,
hair.
just like how Uzi was always there to support Cardi back in the day.
Man.
The two would have their own tours in 2022, with Ken having the X-Man tour and Lone opening up for Ken. Lone then went on to have his No Stylist tour, which Homicide Gang then opened up for. Now you might think I've forgotten something, and I did. One of the most iconic shows that Cardi's ever performed
Donda.
in was the Donda 2 show,
No
and
cap.
he performed it alongside Burberry Airy.
And
Another
Kanye.
insane show was in Rolling Loud, New York 2022, when Cardi brought out Kanye West to perform with him. This was also the day after he got apprehended.
Yeah.
On a good note though, he got out. Though the best performance Cardi had, as some fans would point out, was his performance
Jump
in
at that beat.
Rolling Loud Los Angeles 2023. But what you might not know is that Cardi ran late to that show. Fans didn't know if Cardi was actually going to perform, but when he did, fans were shocked to see Cardi perform an entirely new song from music. This was the song Rockstar, produced by Filthy. Apparently, Cardi recorded that song only a few hours before the performance, and fans were ecstatic, moshing to it. The show opened up with Airy and another guy come out to the song, Black Kane.
Black Kane, yeah, Black Kane. That's the dude who be like,
The show
Cardi
went on
dropping
very
at 9:30.
Fans happy to see Cardi perform again after a minute.
Or he be like, new music tonight.
Organizers wanted to stop the show twice. The first time, the organizer tried, it almost worked. Cardi was gone for
This
a bit,
video
and
is
fans
so
didn't know if
fire,
he
bro.
was coming
Murdoch,
back.
you did your
But when
thing,
he
bro.
did come back,
No cap.
he dropped an iconic line saying,
They stopped the fucking music!
after a few more songs, the organizers at Rolling Loud told Cardi to stop, and Cardi apologized.
The thing is about you guys' safety, and I'm sorry, and I love you guys so much,
Bro, Cardi is hilarious.
but I have to leave.
But fans wanted one more song.
No.
This was followed with OG playing the guitar again, a song that we haven't heard in years. Location. The show ended in 5
Oh
minutes.
my gosh,
Some
dude.
fans
I
recorded
would
the show
absolutely bawl, like I would be bawling my eyes out, bro. Like This is glazing, bro. But I would be bawling my eyes out at this dude's concert, bro. Like hearing that location live, dude. I would just be in there. Like you probably see me sitting in the corner just like this. You know what I'm saying? I'll just be balled up in the corner, just sitting there, curled up. You feel me? Crying.
Afterwards, a few more notable performances littered the year. Ken shows were playing at great chaos before it was even released.
I love Ken
The
aesthetic too on
Opium
the
twins
shows.
were
It's
performing
hard.
in Pattaya, Thailand. But
They
another one
all
that
got
fans
their
love to
own
point out
specific
is
style,
Game
bro. That's what's so
Changer,
fire
was
too.
Cardi's Rolling Loud Miami performance.
But it's like all the
playing a
same.
new song
It's kind of weird.
and debuting the new Opium logo. And this is all because of the direction that Cardi's new team member and creative director, Sex is Death, is curating.
Actually, how do I sign that?
Sex is Death, or Rosemarie Johansson, is one of Opium's creative directors.
Yeah.
Responsible for photo shoots, rollouts, and the entirely new aesthetic that Cardi has today.
Capped about
Many
that
credit
antagonist
Sex is
for
Death
had me
for
excited, bro.
introducing Cardi to the black metal aesthetic. She'd also introduced Cardi to new forms of fashion, which we'll cover later in the video. Now, the rollout of Cardi's next tour, Antagonist, had shows spanning from Denver, Colorado to London, and its promotional material was reminiscent of Drain Gangs and had eyes that were inspired by the movie Laon, which was possibly curated by Black Hand.
That's
Everyone
so
in Opium was
tough.
supposed to
Oh
show
my
up to the tour.
god.
Fans paid
Bro,
thousands
do
of
you
dollars
see
in
their
tickets,
mind
flights,
though?
and
Like the
accommodations
brains
just to
around
see
them,
King
bro.
Vamp
You feel me?
and the rest of Opium.
Modern day rock stars.
Unfortunately,
Nobody
the tour
would
never
emulate
came.
this ever
All the
again,
dates
bro.
for the Antagonist tour was postponed. Getting ready for
Opium
Cardi's
is truly
album
like a
instead.
generational
Cardi
label,
performed
bro.
in various shows, which weren't the Antagonist tour. There was a show on Cardi's birthday where unreleased music was played. And he also performed in the Vultures Experience, doing Carnival and Hood by Air. Cardi's supposedly going to perform more shows in the summer. As for the rest of Opium, they've also been pretty active.
Facts.
Filthy DJs from time to time, playing unreleased music. And Lone does shows too. Homicide Gang even did a show all the way in China. Ken was part of the Red Hot Chili Peppers tour, getting fans from both the old generation and the new generation to listen to his music. And he performed in Coachella, doing something similar to Cardi in Lollapalooza.
They should have said it. Oh.
The most recent show that everyone's been in was in Summer
That was so
Smash.
raw by
The
Ken,
performance
bro.
saw Opium get on stage alongside Cardi, and had Cardi doing unreleased music.
Huh? Huh?
And the
Oh my
energy
God.
behind
I
his
never heard that.
performance was crazy. There was also a moment where he performed Hood by Air, and the entire Opium team was getting turned with him. And the show wouldn't be complete without DJ Swamp Izzo.
DJ Swamp Izzo.
Something that you might notice in all of these shows is that Opium has really nice clothes on. Clothing
Facts.
is one of the most important things for Opium's image, which leads us to the next part of this video, Opium's clothing.
It's not a Rasta face. I mean, emo thing on my face. 0, 0, 0, 0. Tell her to go change.
Woo, I
Opium's
got.
known for
Oh
having
my
insane
god.
merch that fans would often
Dude, their
call
clothing is
generational.
fire though. I ain't gonna lie.
Though Opium wasn't made yet during this time period, the merch that showed the earliest sign of the Opium aesthetic was during the Neon tour. It had pentagrams and that punk-like feel that
Right.
we know and love Cardi for today.
See, he
Some fans
been
would
doing
even
this,
say
bro.
that this was his
Cardi's
best
such a
merch to date.
genius.
But the one that got
That is
fans
his best merch to
really
me.
into Opium at the start was the actual Whole Lotta Red merch, which fans called satanic because of its anti-establishment imagery.
Right.
And other Opium members have come out with their own merch. Ken
Teen
dropped
X.
the Teen X
Teen
merch,
X
and even
merch
had a
so
pop-up
fire.
shop in Los
One of the
Angeles.
best merch
Teen
of
X
Opium,
merch
bro,
was
for real.
worn in the
No
Sky
cap.
music video. The merch that
I need a
did
Teen
make
X
waves,
sweater or a
though,
shirt.
was the unreleased Narcissist merch, which had themes
I
reminiscent
need
of
that.
Victimol,
I need to
with its
find it actually.
racing-like feel and bomber jackets. However, the merch never came as the website was hacked and the reference folder was posted. And
Dang.
fans never got the merch. Instead, we'd see various Opium members wearing the merch. The hat looks amazing too, but the public's never gotten it, aside from people who are in contact with Opium affiliates.
Really?
The merch that did come out though was the Narcissist/King Vamp tour merch,
Rockstar,
which has shirts
man.
and hoodies printed with a font. But the official merch that did come out was Destroy Lonely's 1017 Leaks 9 SM merch. But if you thought that
That's
was
hard.
it, Lone and Ken dropped their own merch. Finally, Cardi dropped his own line again, and Narcissist actually came out, featuring a death metal-like font, and had caps, shirts, and hoodies. There was also another side of the merch that had mugshots in it, but that's not as popular as people did not like the merch. Afterwards, we get clothing from Ken and Lone, the If Looks Could Kill, and a Great Chaos merch. The merch looked simple, but it looked hard. Cardi also has several unreleased music merch, and when they do come out, it's gonna look tough. But aside from their own brands, Opium often wears different
I
brands,
just love
and
clothing.
they often
Clothing
have a
is so
recurring
fire.
feel to them.
Tell me what it takes for
The main brands that Opium's known for wearing the most are Vetements, Balenciaga,
Ventamol. Why he say it's
and most
vitamins, right?
importantly, Rick Owens.
Why he say
First start
Vetemol?
with the brand Vetements. The translation for Vetements is literally clothes.
Vetemol.
Just clothes.
That's how you say it?
The creative director for
I thought it
the
was
brand is Nick
vitamins.
Vasalia, whose
Vetemol.
brother is the creative director of Balenciaga.
That's crazy.
Demna.
I never
Their
knew.
clothing is absolutely tough. Lone even has a song called Vetements Coat, and
I
the two
reckon it-
girls in the
yeah,
MTV
Vetements
music
Coat.
video are both wearing Vetements racing jackets. Cardi's actually been wearing the brand for a minute, wearing the Target hoodie, but as time
was
passed on,
Vetements.
he started wearing edgier
Vetements,
and more
Vetements,
avant-garde
whatever you call
pieces
it.
from them.
He was wearing a big ass parka Vetmont.
Vetements.
Jacket. It's actually.
It was the one when he had
I'm rocking his blood with
Yes.
Vetmont coat.
Yes.
Something that
Vetmont, okay. I'm gonna start calling it. I used to say vitamins, now it's Vetmont.
My typical day.
Got it.
that you might not know about Vetements is that Demna actually made Vetements alongside Vasalia. Many fans say that Vetements is one of the best clothing brands, and Demna is the greatest designer ever.
Demna is the greatest designer ever.
But Demna
What about Virgil?
eventually left Vetements for a bigger task.
You know what I mean? It's gilded. Psych! It's fucking Balenciaga, my brother. It's not gilded. I'll tell you that much.
When Demna became the creative
But
director,
see, that's how much
edgier
goes
and
into,
darker
like,
elements
clothing,
came
bro.
into Balenciaga. Demna
Like, you have to have a
changed
real
Balenciaga
passion for that.
entirely.
You see that?
And in
Like,
my
that's crazy.
opinion, the clothes that he makes today are amazing. And Balenciaga's become a staple with people trying new things for fashion. The most notable pieces that
Having a fashion
Balenciaga
sense is
has
crazy.
for
like,
Opium fans
it's something that
are
I
the
feel like people
Balenciaga
need for
ripped
real.
jeans, the shrunken t-shirt, and Balenciaga strike boots or the Balenciaga Defenders, which are all things that Cardi and Opium wear.
Yeah.
One criticism that people often have against Demna is that the clothes look like they're made for homeless people.
Right.
But in my opinion, the clothes look tough.
Right.
A good amount of Opium songs reference Balenciaga in some sort of way too. Ken and Me and My Cup,
Except for the Crocs.
Lone and If Looks Could Kill, Homicide Gang also makes references to the brand, and most importantly, King Vamp in the unreleased song, Rockstar. Balenciaga has been taking over Opium fashion in the past few years.
Like, bro,
but a
that's
brand
so
that's
hard.
been
Them
taking over
walkways
Opium
be
fashion
raw.
recently is Hood by Air. Founded by Shane Oliver and Raul Lopez, Hood by Air is the most recent brand that's been taking over Opium's fashion, with Cardi having one of the hardest songs of the same name.
Literally.
I have my weight, alright. My fingers, they motherfucking tight.
In that video, Cardi's seen sporting runway all-white Hood by Air. But what you might not know is that Cardi's been rocking this brand for a while. Hood by Air also made another appearance in the song Evil Jordan.
Dude, that song
with
is
Cardi
just so
rocking
hard,
the Spring
bruh.
Summer 1469 long sleeve shirt. What's crazy is Hood by Air's made a significant comeback when Cardi started wearing the brand. Back then, people like A$AP Rocky and Kanye West wore it. However, the brand had a hiatus in 2017 and 2020, with Shane Oliver working on different projects. The brand was low-key. People wore it, but it wasn't known as much as it is today. Until the Cardi effect happened. They started buying the brand
Man,
more
oh
and
man.
more, leading to the massive
Once
comeback
Cardi wear it,
that
everybody
Hood
gonna start
by Air is
wearing it.
making today. But one brand that would always be synonymous with Opium is a brand that you and I know very well. Personally, it's my favorite brand of all time, Rick Owens.
Rick Owens.
Cardi started wearing Rick a long time ago,
Yeah.
rocking it all the way back in the mid-2010s.
Magnolia. Like, what? I never knew this. That's why I love watching stuff like this, bro. Because it really brings you deep into, like, you feel me?
Opium Baby's also been rocking the brand for a long time, before it was even popular. Rick's known for making avant-garde, dark, and edgy clothing that the average consumer
them.
might
Like,
look
what
at
are
and say,
those, bro?
it's weird. But that's the
What are
point of
those
Rick.
feet?
It aims to stray away from the norm, by making something that you've never seen before.
What the?
Opium members consistently wear Rick Owens.
If I had to go number one, I'd say Rick Owens, just on some essential shit. We wear Rick every day. We got Rick on right now.
The things that fans often wear from Rick are the Rick Owens Bolins, Rick Owens
Those are
Scout,
hard, not gonna lie.
and most importantly, Rick Owens Ramones. And their songs wouldn't be complete without a reference to Rick Owens.
I just spit that nigga whole Rick Owens, yeah.
Rick Owens, I love me.
Opium's most iconic fits also have Rick Owens in them. Cardi's flicks in 2019 and 2020 were in full Rick Owens. The fit in Rolling Loud LA was a mix between the Rick Owens bowling jeans and the Balenciaga steroid boots. One thing that Opium loves doing is mixing the brands up with one another. And it helps that Balenciaga often goes well with
Bro,
Rick
Ken
Owens,
was so
which
light
leads
skinned
us
in the
to
Run
next
Plus
part of
Ran
the
video.
which is Opium's
Talking about
influence on fashion. Opium's inspired a whole generation to wear these brands.
Facts.
Fans would often drop fit pics wearing
Bro,
Rick
they even
Owens,
started creating
football,
like their own type of
Balenciaga.
Rick like pants.
People on TikTok have also dedicated their entire page to following Opium. This has led a variety of fashion brands to pop up. Vietnam's Cozy Worldwide makes a vast amount of clothing inspired by the Opium aesthetic.
That's hard.
And their pieces prove that. However, a fashion brand today that was first influenced by Opium, but then transitioned into their own style, becoming one of the fastest growing fashion brands in the UK, is Full Bois and F. Lucien's Fetamine. You might know Boha from the various fit pics he has on Instagram. He's worked with different Opium affiliates before in Gabe and Filthy. And at the start, Fetamine was very similar to Opium, incorporating elements of the aesthetic into its clothing. But as time progressed, they've been trying to make their own image. And honestly, the clothing looks really good. Fetamine's gonna be in the market for a minute, and you might see their clothes on different Opium members in the future. But one brand that actually got Opium members to model for them is Brotherly Love.
Yeah.
Which Burberry Airy and Destroy Lonely modeled for.
Brotherly Love, yeah, Brotherly Love is tough too.
It actually takes skill and creativity to make clothing. Case
They
in
do.
point, Cardi and Opium's merch are inspired
Bro,
by
that
all the
dude
people
is
they've ever
ugly,
worked with.
bro.
Cardi worked with legendary designers in
Who
the
is
past.
that, bro?
In an interview with Vanessa Sadin of XXL, Cardi stated,
My clothing line is based off of me wearing all these designer brands and having designer friends like Virgil and Matthew.
They had to put him in that photo shoot
Barbara,
because he had a
so
unique
long.
face.
I learned a lot just sitting back watching them.
because of Opium, 2023 to 2024 saw an influx of people trying to start their own fashion brands.
Like, bro, who is dude, bro? Like, why does he look? He look like he snuck on Earth, bro. Like, for real, like.
With others
He was
becoming
planted
highly
here,
successful
you know
in
what
the
I'm saying?
process. But one of the biggest influences that Opium has given the underground today is its influence on music.
Yeah.
There's several artists in the underground that people consider influenced by Opium. And
Definitely
the notable
Osama
pick that
Son,
many fans
you know what I'm
often say
saying?
takes
Definitely.
inspiration from Opium is Osama Son.
Yeah.
Early on, fans would often say that he had a similar flow to Ken Carson because he had
Nah.
distortion in his beats.
Since I got that laugh. Since I got that laugh.
He also
Bro,
has several
Osama Son
visuals
is too tough, bro.
interpolating the poses of Opium artists. His Osama season cover copies the cover that Cardi had for Self-Titled.
Yeah.
And when Osama Son colored his dreads blonde, he looked very similar to
To
blonde
Cardi. He really
For the
looked like-
rollout of his
bro, that's
recent
crazy.
album, Flex Music. He had an aesthetic similar to Ken Carson in A Great Chaos, with a 2000s-like setting being in there. Osama Son also collaborates with another artist that many fans often say is a good fit for Opium. Though there's also a lot of people who would disagree. This guy was just like me and you, but he took the initiative and eventually made music himself. Netspin's music might not be directly copying Opium, but he's inspired by the aesthetic and mysterious persona that the label has been producing. What you
Right.
might not know is that he's been hanging around with Joy Division a lot, with Joy potentially making videos alongside Netspin. Opium's influence doesn't only extend to America though, as it's really big in Europe, even influencing a collective in Russia called Viper, which both make music just like Opium. Viper encompasses the artists Nine Mice and Kai Angel, and I'll let you be the judge of their music. They got songs produced by Filthy
Like,
and
come
have
on.
features from other Opium-inspired artists. Nine Mice
Hey,
often
probably
collaborates with
over there, they
Filthy,
probably
but
bumping that
something
for
that's
real,
been
like,
taken over
going
social
crazy
media
to that.
recently is Cardi's voice
Can't
being
even
used
hate.
for AI music. This phenomenon started all the way back in 2022. At the start, it was still noticeable that this was AI.
Oh, that's AI for
But
sure.
as AI started getting better, fans couldn't even tell if that was Cardi. One of the most notable artists behind the AI Cardi voice is Twin, even having entire music videos wearing full Rick and Paris. There's even an album called Project YVL with features from AI Travis Scott. The way that people do this is they get an AI voice changer and rap on an instrumental, mixing and mastering the audio to a preset similar to Cardi.
That's crazy.
Afterwards, they put everything together, and I'll let you be the judge. Some fans went out of their way to say that AI songs have aura, but others also say that AI Cardi is for NPCs. People are going to continue to listen to Twins music and AI music in general in the future, as Cardi hasn't released music yet. But speaking of music, Cardi's supposedly dropping the album this year.
I pray.
There's some big news coming from the Opium camp, with Cardi saying he was ready to release the album. There have been multiple hints regarding the release of music.
He be
with
lying
Cardi
so
playing
much,
some
bro.
new music and some Spanish.
Cardi just be lying.
And as of the making of this video, Cardi's set to tour all around Europe alongside the Opium team. He also dropped a multitude of pictures on his Instagram. And
my Pele Hodaruga. Ooh, that jacket is tough too.
But before that, Ken just released their deluxe To a Great Chaos.
Yeah.
In A Great Chaos Deluxe.
Yeah.
With a separate album coming in October.
Yeah.
More Chaos.
Yes, sir.
Lone's also set to drop Love Lasts Forever somewhere within the year. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the June drop date, but he's been previewing new music and he's been touring. And the tours look really good. Though one project that fans are hoping comes out is the Opium Twins tape. And it's gonna have songs like 00 Dark Side.
Oh my gosh, I need that, bro. I need that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I need that song, bro.
Alongside Two Hollies.
I need that song.
And Cardi
My diamonds come from Africa, but my big from
I'll see you
Berlin.
there. But before that, an album has to come out first.
Yeah.
An album that we've been waiting for almost 3 years for.
Yeah. Hey man, bro, WVid, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out, bro. Shout out Murdoch. You know what I'm saying? WVid, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that one. It's your boy Melly, man. Opium label, the greatest. The greatest label, the greatest group to ever exist. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that. You know what I'm saying? But that's that video, man. Hope you enjoyed that one. It's your boy Melly.